I'm Draken, and this is part 4 of my tutorial about building Cyber Dreadfalls. As you can see, I've come down to my bathroom to do this one, and the reason I've come down here is because we're going to deal with roving wall and creating roving wall dreads, a bit like these ones here that I've done earlier. What we will do is we're going to take the wall and we're going to soak it into some water, and because we're going to be soaking it into water is why I brought it down to the bathroom. It's best done either in a bathroom or in a kitchen, because if you get any water anywhere, it's just easy enough to mop it up rather than doing it over the carpet. So first of all, you're going to need yourself a bowl of water. You might want to put some towels down on the ground and some towels across yourself. So I'll just pop this across here. As you can see, it's a lovely pink towel I've got here, match the pink bathroom. Not my choice, so I'm tasting time for a colour for a bathroom. And what you do is produce a bowl of hot water, not so hot it's going to scald you, but as hot as you can make it otherwise. And then what I've done to that as well is I've added in some soap, some sort of hand soap that you use, and added a load of that in there as well. And what that does is just raise the alkaline levels in there, which is going to be better for actually doing the dreads with. You can use baking soda as well for doing this. So you just get our wall out, which as you can see comes in a long sheet like this. It's called roving wall, and like your crin dreads, you're going to take a length of it, you work out how long you're going to want it, and then you're going to double it over because we're going to attach it at the top there. But we're going to first of all need to make it into the dreads. So I'm going to cut this down into 2 pieces because that's going to be long enough for what I need. Just bear in mind that when you do this, the final dreads will be slightly longer than the wall is to begin with. You can take this substance and just thin it out a little bit along the length of it, and once you've thinned it out along the length of it, we're just going to put it in the bowl and leave it to soak for a couple of minutes. So that's all done, and just push it in the bowl, push all the air out of it, and just get it soaking for a couple of minutes. And just get all that water in there, the soapy water inside of it. Right, now we've left it there for a short while to soak. What we're going to do is try and find one of the ends, and you're going to want to taper the end a little bit. So you just want to have it coming off to a sort of a little bit of a runoff. If you get a little bit of a sort of stray end like I got there, I normally just cut them off, snip it off, and then turn it into a tapered end there. Now, the way you're going to go through forming this dread is make sure you keep it soaked, keep as much water as you can in there to begin with. Pull the bit of the wall apart just before you're going to roll it, and then you put it behind your hands and you just roll it. And then you just do it with the next bit, and just keep moving down, rolling all through. And it takes a couple of minutes to get through it all. But you do find it tends to be, when you're doing quite a few of these, quite strenuous work as well. Your hands start to kill afterwards. Now, the way I'm doing it here, I'm doing it with my hands, so that you've got an option of creating it sort of comes up slightly crinkled. And this is fine, I mean a lot of dreads are done like that. One of the tricks that I have heard that you can do with it is you can do it on a hardboard and roll it onto a hardboard instead, and that'll produce a slightly smoother dread if you wanted to do it that way. But you just work through the rest of it and just get it all sort of rolled up nice and neat all the way down the line. So you bring it all the way down to the end, and at the other end you do exactly what you did at the beginning, and it's just taper it off slightly. And if you've got any spare loose bits just sort of hanging off, snip it away and just give yourself a nice taper on the end. Make sure that you keep it soaked and just give it a good roll through. Now, you could just put this out as dry as it is now, but I find it tends to be a little bit rough. You have bits sort of hanging off at the sides. It doesn't quite sit as you want it to. So what I do is I normally put it back in and soak it for a short while again. Not as long as you did when you originally did it. Just for a short while, and then you start taking it out and you do the whole process again, and just give it a second roll. That just gets everything a bit more neater, a bit more together, so it's going to dry nice and straight. And you just get to the end and you find it's just a little bit neater after you've done it, and you've got yourself one set of Dreadfalls. You would then put these up to hang to dry, and it takes a couple of days for them to fully dry out, so put them somewhere where it's going to catch water, because they will drip water all the way through. Once they're done then, You can attach them to the top of the hairband with either a bit of thread or a bit of rec lace, just in the same way you did with the crin, and it just ties it on nice and tight on there, and then that sits there as your new wool dread. So that's how you do those ones. That's how you do a plain colour roving wool dread. Some people will do their entire dreadfalls out of this stuff. It tends to be a bit heavy when it's done fully out of these, but there are a lot of people who do it that way. Others will use this in addition to crin, just to give it something, a different material in there, and some won't use it at all. It's down to you yourselves. You can create with them as well a candy cane look as well. That normally involves taking another colour wool, soaking it in the same manner, and then wrapping it tightly around the original cane, around the original dread itself. There are tutorials online how to do that if you fancy doing that, but it's not something I've ever done yet, so I'm not going to be able to advise you on that. And that simply is how you do the roving wool dreads. So that's the end of that tutorial. Thank you for watching. I'll be back soon with the 5th tutorial, which will be covering then the creation of the foam dreads that you sit on the top there and have that belted look as well.